Alright guys, welcome back to another recap. A little bit later in the day, I've had such a crazy day, so you guys bear with me. That being said, I also didn't have any preparation for this recap, so you guys you hang in there. I'm going to go over some live trades and show you guys exactly how much I made today in the stock market. For those of you guys that are new, I stream live and I trade live every single morning completely free right here on YouTube, so you guys hit that notification bell 15 minutes before market opens. Every single morning I am here. There's occasions where I just have to cancel or something like that. Today was one of them, and I apologize for that. I did a lot of exercise yesterday. I was super sore this morning. I just woke up, didn't feel good, and I had a doctor's appointment, so I had about an hour and a half, an hour and 40 minutes to trade before I had to get ready and bounce. And so I was like, you know what, I'm just going to trade by myself, get ready and do that. But in this video, I'm going to show you guys the trades that I took from this morning, and I also, like I said, if you guys are beginners or are new to this channel, I post these daily recaps as well. Before I get going onto this recap, I just want to tell you guys that this is why I love day trading. I had a crazy day today. Like I said, I barely had a little bit of time to work, to trade. I had to go to a doctor's appointment where I was there for an hour and a half. And then after that, I got home and I was like, actually, I went to go get groceries after that with the wife. We went to go get groceries, and as soon as we packed the groceries, get ready to go home, one of our friends was like, hey, I'm stuck at this place, this store. My car won't start, and can you come help me jump start it? So we go there, we jump started, didn't work. I looked at her battery and I thought, you know what, I think your battery's completely dead. It's either your battery or you messed up something else in your car. If it's your battery, then I could try to fix it real quick, go get you a new one. If it works, then you're good. If not, you're gonna have to get your car towed. So I tried. I went to go get a battery. I got my tools, took hers out, put a new battery in, or I took that to the store, got a new battery, all that stuff, and then her car still didn't end up working. So I mean, that battery is like 4 or 5 years old anyway, so she needed to change it. And when I took it to the car place, they said it was completely dead, but it didn't work anyways. But what I'm getting to, guys, and I'm sorry about this rambling if you guys have to listen to this. Any other job in this world, any other job that you guys would have, and I'm not being rude if you guys have a job or you guys do a job and day trading, but this is why I love day trading, to have this kind of freedom. I will show you guys my P&L, but this is how much I made today, and on top of that, I didn't have to cancel my work, so I still worked. I had a doctor's appointment, I had to pick up groceries, and I still spent like 2, 3, 4 hours trying to help somebody else within their day to, you know, fix their car or change the battery or even take it to the mechanic. And then on top of that, it's still early in the day. I'm actually going to head out here in about 30-40 minutes to go play some more pickleball for the rest of the evening until I come home for the end of the day. I did all of that today. It's been a crazy day, and you know what, guys? Guess how much money I made today? $2,000, $2,012 with 81 cents. This is why I love day trading. This is what I do. This is why I never quit day trading until I was able to figure this out. And I am still sitting at an all green month, so I can show you guys my calendar for those of you guys that are new. I'm still sitting at an all green month. Only 4 red days in the whole year. 4 more days and I have an all green month. And like I said, today sitting at my best day all year, which has been consistent, you know, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,015, 1,003, 1,004, and finally I hit that 2,000 mark today. So, you know, I'm not being rude if you guys have a job. You know, a 9 to 5 is stable income that you know you're going to get a paycheck. I understand that, and that's safety. But for me, you know, I was able to work. You know, if I would have had a doctor's appointment or I had to help somebody else, I wouldn't have been off till 5 p.m. to help them, or I would have had to call off of work and not made money, as opposed to something like today where I made $2,000 and I was able to do all of that. So if you guys want to learn how to day trade, or if you guys are beginners, I do offer a course down below for all of you guys that are interested. 4 minutes have gone by. This has been the longest intro I've ever had. I'm sorry about that, so let's get right to the trades. You know, my trader view is not very accurate, so this is all the trades of today. I traded 37,000 shares, so I was buying and selling, buying and selling. If you guys really want every single trade here, you know, you guys can take a screenshot of this, and then you guys can go in through it and figure it out. But, you know, I'm going to tell you the places where I made the majority of the money, and I'm going to show you those trades live. So the first trade is going to be, you know, I was able to get myself a little bit tiny green through this opening move, but it was pretty choppy, so I didn't really make much. I think towards the end of here, I was up a little bit over 500 bucks, barely 400, 500. when this thing opened, this felt so strong. I mean, this thing was popped open. I should have taken a couple of trades early on, like on the dip right there, but it just was holding and holding, and it just kept pushing and holding higher highs, higher highs. So I was able to get in some longs here. When this dip pulled back, I was able to get in some longs. And honestly, here, I really thought I was going to get another leg. So the second these started bouncing, as soon as they were dipping, I started looking for some more longs to kind of get up to that 198 level. And honestly, I thought the way that I saw the stock in the morning, so you guys can see, you know, I'm taking some short there and then short there, and then I started flipping to all of these right here were long. So I took a long there, long there, long there. I was kind of looking, if this thing remains this strong, we might tap 200 again. I was thinking 200 might not be out of the picture today. So I was really looking for this thing to push up towards 200, but I didn't quite get it. But the big trade there was when I started noticing that this thing was not popping above 197.4. I think I had maybe another level up here. So let me go ahead. Like I said, bear with me. There was no planning into this recap. So you guys, I'm gonna go over some of these things that I was looking at. So 197. So I guess not really. I just noticed the tape was getting heavier. But through this whole move, you know, it seemed very strong. And then for being so strong, it never broke out again. So then I started kind of looking for the short. And I think that was the very first time, the very first moment where I was able to nail a trade short and really get myself up in this day. So here you guys can see I started scaling to some shorts. I get that push back down, so I instantly go from green, you know, 400 bucks to taking this trade here with 200 shares there short, and then this thing actually ends up pushing back down. And I was looking for this thing, you know, once we didn't confirm that we were pushing higher, I kind of really wanted this thing to go back down under 196. I think this is what it was, 195.6, and I really wanted this thing to sell off. So you guys can see I'm still holding these 200 shares. I don't think I got a chance to add on this one, so that kind of sucked. I really wanted to add a little bigger and catch this pullback right there. So it starts going towards VWAP there, and I take a little bit out. Then I think I am going to get the pullback that I wanted, which is when I end up adding a little bit bigger. So right there, I mean, you can see, so here, right here, this one. So right there, you know, this thing tries to pop up, fails there. You know, now I'm in 500 shares, so I'm up $700 on the day, and this thing tries to push up right here and then just gets slammed right down. And I was already in it with 500 shares, so the second this thing slammed right back down all the way down to lows, I think I went from, you know, $600 right there that I'm sitting at 670. So I'm holding it, I'm holding it, I'm holding. I'm seeing this thing fail to push higher. I maybe could have added a little bit more, seeing all of this attempts here that is not breaking out. But you guys don't have desktop audio anyways. You guys can't hear anything. That's fine with me. And then out of nowhere, you see that it makes it high and then just gets stuffed right back down. Now at this point, I see that stuff. I'm looking for a new low down here. I'm looking for this thing to really flush through VWAP, really get down to lows. And there you go. And finally get it. So I start taking some out on the other side. And that trade right there, I just went from, you know, I think 600 profit to or I was up 500 there, 600 to now sitting up 1.1 on this trade there, and that was the first time I hit the 1K on the day. And that was the add right here short and then cover down here. Now if you guys see my trade review, and this isn't quite accurate, I actually ended up going over 1,000, which it didn't quite pick it up because sometimes I don't realize it, so these aren't that very accurate, but I ended up going up over $1,000 on the day with that trade right there. And then right off the bat, I ended up giving almost all of it right back. Not all of it, all of the gain that I made here, I ended up giving it right back. And that's because I was looking for this thing to now make another low. You know, this thing got stuffed real heavy up here. And so on this stuff up here, I got the first trade down, and I thought, you know, maybe this thing kind of flags again. Maybe this thing kind of tries to push up but creates a lower low, maybe VWAP, maybe that 196 level where this was resistance. I mean, support. I thought it would end up holding here and then get me that next leg. If you look at pre-market, I really had this level down here at 194.30, so kind of the flat top of pre-market there, and then kind of got over it, and then there from market open ended up flying. So I thought this thing had room to that level, so down to there. And so when this thing popped up, I ended up shorting more, and that's where I ended up giving a lot of the profit back. So, you know, I was up 1.1, and then this thing starts to pop up, and then on the pop back up, I start adding short again, you know. So I'm in 700 shares there. It's not playing. There it is. I added more, you know, so I'm adding more. So now I'm in 1,200 shares short now. And you know, I was up, and I've told you guys that I'm up decently on the month of March. So these last few weeks, these last few days, honestly, I wasn't worried about breaking my all green month, but more as far as, hey, I got some cushion, I could risk some money. Let's try to get a little bit more profits, right? And so you can see right here, I mean, I'm hitting 1,200 shares short on this thing, looking for this thing to stuff right here and then go right back down to that double bottom there, or that 194.30 level, which is what I was really eyeballing this thing to sell off all the way down to. Unfortunately, this thing doesn't, and so I ended up cutting it out right there, and then I kind of joined into a long thinking, oh my gosh, we're actually going to do the opposite. We're actually going to squeeze. And so I ended up closing it out right here, so I get out of that whole trade completely. You know, I'm short 1,200 shares right here, and I had to do my due diligence and say I am out. So I went down to 500. So I mean, I was up 500. I caught the whole move down, went to 1.5, and then I gave it all right back again, you know. And I was like, oh my goodness, no. I stayed calm. I ended up actually joining along, thinking now we're gonna go back up and test these 197s up here, maybe 197.50. So I joined along there a little bit. Might have gotten a little bit of profit, kind of got stuff. So I went from 500 to about $600 there. And then the next trade wasn't on again until later back here on the sell-offs again. So let me go ahead and kind of fast forward. I mean, through here, I'm kind of dancing around 500, 600 bucks. 400 there, 500, 600. You know, it's kind of just scalping it here and there. And finally, I hit this trade here. I was able to take advantage of that short again, back on down. So I was able to short this move here. You can see I'm already in it short there. I think I maybe add a little bit to it, or actually continues to sell off back down to this pivot, which is what I was looking for on this kind of trade. So if this thing sold off there, I might have added. So no, I didn't add because I already switched my position. But here I'm looking for this thing to stuff there, head on back and down to lows. I get that move there, so now I went from 500 back up to $800 on the day. I noticed the double bottom here, so then I decided to join the long because I don't think we're going to break that bottom right here. So it instantly popped up here twice. So then I was like, you know what, we're going to pop right back up. So I take a long there. Once we confirm that double bottom there, I take the long back up, right back on up, and that was a nice trade. That one took me from about 800 up to a little bit under 1,000. Literally 30 cents, $30 off of 1K. Kind of stumbled here a little bit, you know, 1.1 there. Finally got over 1,000. I missed all of this sell-off there, but you know, adding base hits here, 1,200. You can see right there. It looks like I had a nice $200 winner there. Another nice little bit of a confirmed bottom kind of squeeze. So it's kind of confirmed topping bottom there. I joined the long, get a very nice pop up. Looking for the pop over this 194. What is that? 60. And I get that move there in my favor. That's a nice another $200, $300 winner there. So I take that off the table there, most of it, trying to descale a little bit and get the nice pop up here again. And you know, I just kept adding base hits and base hits. You can see, I think at one point I ended up getting myself up 1,900 on the day, and I gave it back to like 1,500, 1,600, and then I was able to add to it. So the last trade here, I'm up 1,700 on the day. This thing tried pushing up, collapsed back down. To me, this looks like a giant bear flag. You know, there's a nice pull, there's a nice flag. So every little pop here, I was trying to catch a nice short. My thesis here is, you know, I have an obvious target of a low a day here. So if we don't hold anything here, oh, that was actually there long. So I'm up 1,700. It didn't bounce. I'm up again on the long. Didn't go. Stuffs to me right there. Stuffs on the top side. So I decided to, you know what, take that short here eventually. There it is. So I decided to finally take that short there. I'm jumped in it, and you know, I noticed the stuff. I want this level to break. I want this level to hit. So I jumped the short there, and I caught that very nice move down from up here down to there. I was up 1700 on this trade. I think this is a trade that does take me up over 2K. Barely, like barely takes me over 2K, and that is when I ended up calling it a day. Sorry for all the hiccups. So gets me down. You know, I'm sitting at 1950 on the day, 1960 on the day. I was like, you have to be kidding me. I think I ended up adding to it because I closed it all and I wasn't at 2K, so I ended up right there. So I'm at 1990. I needed $10, and I wasn't at 2K, so I was like, you have to be kidding me. I literally need $10 more, and if I would have held it, I would definitely be over 2K there on that shore. But I ended up, you know, noticing that again, it's double bottoming and it's not selling off through it, you know. So what do? I take the long. You know, if shorts aren't getting their way here, if this thing is not selling off through that level, if this thing is not hitting a new low, volume is not increasing, okay, let me join the longs, right? Let me catch that pop back up. And so I ended up taking just 300 shares there long, trying to catch that quick push back up for the green candle to give me 10 bucks. You can see I'm down 8 bucks on this trade. I'm down 9. I think I maybe go down 20 bucks at the most. But it ends up popping $13-20. I'm out. There it is. So 20 bucks there. And you guys can see my disbelief there, my real emotions of making a $2,000 day in all green month, 4 days. Look at those. That's crazy. That's crazy. I have never seen anybody be as consistent as myself. And I mean, I hate to brag, I'm not the cocky person, and you guys know that, but I guarantee you guys there might be one person, actually there is one person that's doing better than me. There's one person that has 3 red days all year, but you know, this is just insane. Nobody out there has 4 red days in 3 months. You know, it's crazy. There's people that out there that make 5, 10, 15K a day, and I understand that. They have more red days, but their P&Ls are bigger, and you know, they could be up $500,000 by now, and congrats to them. I wish I could be at your level, or I aspire to be at your level someday. You know, I look up to those people. But as far as consistency and only 4 red days in 3 months, I am blowing myself out of the water with my expectations, with my goals. So I gotta give it to myself. You know, this is just incredible. Anyways, $2,000 day. Here it is for you guys, so you guys can see it again. If you guys have any questions at all, anything you guys know that I do everything for free except my course, but I try to help you guys as much as possible. You guys can jump into all my live streams, comment on my Discord, my YouTube videos, follow me on Twitter, you know, Instagram, TikTok, and I help you guys as much as possible. If you guys do want to join my course, the link is down below with a coupon. You guys also get full mentorship, so you guys can ask me anything that you guys want at all. Other than that, guys, all I ask is for likes on my videos, comments down below, and you guys have a good rest of you guys' day. And I will see you guys tomorrow, 15 minutes before market opens. Y'all have a good one.